Will you join me in a pledge to our flag? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need a motion to approve the agenda as submitted.
Mr. President, I so move.
Thank you, Chris.
Second motion.
Thanks, Carl. Okay, I hear any discussion or questions? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion carried. The first action item is a personnel report from Dr. Bayer.
Thank you, Mr. Burton. Prized members of the board, at your places tonight is a summary of our selection for the maintenance supervisor. Following a 2-week posting, 17 candidates did apply for this position under the leadership of Finance Director Jane Callan-Pollitt and her interview team, which comprised Chris Hunt, board member, Tony Ellman, assistant principal at the middle school, Jane Oakley, director of transportation, and Jim Govan, head custodian at Maplewood. Interviews were conducted and finalists were chosen. The cabinet then met to finalize the selection. John A. Green is being recommended to you this evening as the new maintenance supervisor for Fayette County School Corporation, effective on or before May 5th of 2014. John is a lifelong resident of Rush County and quite familiar with the Connersville area. His work history, Mr. Green has a wealth of experiences, which includes serving as an apprentice for various non-union and union electrical contractors in the Annapolis area from 1987 to 1995. This included Shumbaugh Electric, Barth Electric, Lefevre Electric, and Forster Electric. From 1995 to 2009, he was journeyman electrician foreman for various contractors in the greater Indianapolis area. While employed as a journeyman, he personally supervised the electrical installation of several medium to large-scale projects that included school, utilities, and individual jobs of varying degree. His responsibilities included direct supervision of over 20 electricians at a time. From 2009 to 2011, John served as an industrial maintenance electrician for Greedy Foundries. His responsibilities included the electrical upkeep of all equipment and machines. Presently, John serves as the facilities maintenance supervisor for Honda Manufacturing of Indiana. Responsibilities include heating, cooling, plumbing, electrical, and carpentry. John is a graduate of Rushville High School. He also served in his country from 1984 to 1986 in the United States Army. He received his technical certification in HVAC in 1986 and his journeyman electrical certification in 1995. During the years of 1997 to 2009, he added to his skills by attending courses in advanced electrical code, labor and logistics, and effective management. He's very active in his community as well, serving as president of the Rush County Youth Football League in 2000-2001, and also coached varsity wrestling for 2 years. He has been a volunteer for Habitat for Humanity since 1995. We really look forward to working with John and having him becoming part of our Fayette County School Corporation. John is here tonight. John, if there's anything else you'd like to come forward and say to the board, or any questions they may have yet, anything else you might want to add to your repertoire, we're glad to have that shared.
Well, I would just like to thank the interviewing committee and the board for their vote of confidence, and I'm really excited and looking forward to the challenges that lie ahead. So thank you all very much for consideration.
Okay. We have heard Dr. Bayer's personnel report concerning John. What is your pleasure, board?
I move to accept it.
Okay. Carl has made the motion. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion or questions? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And the motion carried.
Thank you.
You're officially hired.
Thank you, board.
Get the shirt.
You're welcome to stay if you have other things that you would like to do. It's okay that you leave too. But this
We're
will
going to be talking about summer projects. You might want to stick around and see what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, on top of that $500,000 plumbing, we're gonna do about $300,000 worth of windows at the high school. I wanna know that.
Ms. Pollitt, since you're already talking, we'll let you continue.
Step into that one.
Thank you, Mr. Birch. This is a list of a majority of the projects that were included for bid this summer. As you recall, a couple of them were extended due dates for the bids, and we hope to have those summarized at the April meeting for you. Those bids will not be in until early April. I'm happy to read each one of these if you wish, however, you've all been provided a copy. I'm recommending that you approve all of these items with the exception of the baseball dugout, and I'm recommending that you reject the only bid that we received for that. Our recommendation is for the lowest bid received on each one of these items. I will share, I'm fairly disappointed that many of the items only had one bidder. And on those others, we only had 2 maximum bidders. So that's somewhat disappointing with the long list that we had. So
Why is it so high? Is that the baseball dugout?
well,
I mean,
Bobby went back and talked to Chad. You know, he was worried he might tear up the field and have to put it back, and wasn't sure what he was really going to get into there, and I don't know. There were a lot of things that played into it. Having to buy the materials up front, and here's the thing.
spit it out. Let us out.
Masons don't want to have to buy the material. And so what we're asking to do is to reject this bid. We then want to go out and just competitively quote it. They can quote it project complete, or they can quote it giving us a material list and them providing labor only. Then we buy the material, they're not out that, and they provide the labor. Bob and I both think we'll get more of the local masons to bid it or to quote it that way. When we get the material, we put the material at the job site for them, and all they're out is their labor. Because our board only meets once a month, they don't have the money to shell out for all that block. So we're hoping we'll get better participation then. I'm also recommending that you approve the use of the balance of the multi-school refinancing construction account to cover a portion of the ADA openers. I believe it'll cover about $18,700, $800, depending on the interest it earns between now and when we pay final bills out of that. The multi-school corporation bonds pay off this year. We need to be using these funds. We've discussed this before at the board meetings, so this is an ideal item for the last little bit of monies that remain there. So, recommending you approve the items at the lowest, most responsive bidder, except for the dugouts. I'm recommending you reject that, and I'm recommending the purchase of the ADA openers using the multi-school refinancing construction account first.
So when will you re-advertise then?
We won't.
Bids?
We'll just get a competitive quote.
So are you still planning on getting that done this summer then?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, time is not really of the essence right now because they don't want us out there tearing up the baseball dugouts that are there while the baseball season's going on. So we've got plenty of time to call around and tell them, we want your quote in by May 1st, and you can quote it these 2 ways.
Is it just at the baseball field? Is that the only one? So then being underground, that might play an issue as well.
Yeah, having to dig it out.
Yeah.
Yep, the labor.
So Jen, with a lot of those being just one bid, I assume that you feel comfortable with them or you wouldn't be presenting them to us.
That's correct.
Okay, you're familiar with all of them.
Yeah, these are all people that we do business with anyhow. Danny Rose does all our painting anyhow. Chad's built our storage buildings the last couple of years anyhow. His price went up a little bit, but not very much. I mean, it's been right around 15,000 for the larger building. I think it was 15,900. We've not asked for them to include the electric before, but we did ask for that as an alternate. I'm recommending we put that on this year, that we include the alternate. So, we are, the facer and overhang, we were shocked. We had some more packets on that. Bobby reached out to Shamels. Why didn't you put a bid in? They thought those weren't due until April 8th, so they missed the deadline. So, Johnson Controls always gets our chillers. They're usually the only one to bid. Resolve Tech, Mike Shipley used to do all of the work on our chillers, all of our HVAC. He now has gone in with this Resolve Tech group, and so that's who's doing the work. We spec'd this specific chiller last year. These are the little individual units out on top of Fayette Central, so it's not a surprise they got it either. So.
Okay, so what we have is the approval of the bids. She recommends approval of the bids except for the baseball. Reject that, and that we use the, for the ADA openers, we use the multi-school, what was the rest of it?
Multi-school refinancing construction account.
Okay. So I think we can do all of that again in one motion, if anybody's ready to do that.
I'll make the motion.
Okay. Savoy?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Felton. Are there any other questions, comments, concerns? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? And the motion carries. And carrying on, Ms. Tollett with the grounds mowing and maintenance approval.
Thank you, Mr. Burchett. 2 years ago, we moved to outsourcing the mowing of several of our properties to be more efficient with our maintenance staff. A neatly trimmed landscape was awarded those mowing contracts at that time. They agreed to hold the pricing the same last year, so we just extended. This year we decided to competitively quote again. They again were the least expensive competitive quoter. We did get 6 quoters for the mowing. We are recommending that that again be awarded to a neatly trimmed landscape from Connersville, Indiana, Ryan Baker.
Anybody have questions or comments?
Well, just curious, was there any difference between what they did the year before versus what they bid this time?
The price wise?
Yeah. I mean, since they opened bids, I was kind of curious if they did it cheaper than what they were doing.
Oh, no, they didn't do it cheaper. I think they held the price on all of the properties.
So it was the same as they did here?
Yes, they may have gone, no. I think they were all held the same.
Okay, any other?
I will tell you, we did get some complaints last year, but it was a difficult mowing season last year, and the weather played an impact on that. Bob will have conversation with them that, you know, we are attributing some of the problems last year with the weather, but we will not tolerate some of the things that we saw last year going forward, should it not be weather related, so.
Okay. Anyone else have a comment? Okay, then What is your pleasure for this request for the proposal for the grounds mowing and maintenance being awarded to Neatly Trimmed Landscaping?
I move to award it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hilton. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Mr. Hunt. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And the motion carries. Do I hear a motion that we adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Thank you, Mr. Hilton. Do I hear a second? Yes. All right. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.